Yeah, yeah. It's double H here. Have hope. Yeah, this is the review of Antichrist. Obviously, I mean, I try to post in a video of it on YouTube, but that's the stupid program isn't working for some reason. You know, it keeps cutting me down. So yeah, this is the review of the infamous Antichrist film, Antichrist, starring Willem Dafoe and some woman. I'm not Gansburg or something. I think she's British. Yeah, I mean, obviously this film was known from film festivals and how infamous it was around that lack. And then it came out in the cinemas. You know, people were saying it's disgusting, graphic sex scenes, all that kind of stuff. I was like, yeah. This is probably one of those Muay Thai artsy fartsy films, and I was like, okay, look, do I really want to watch those kinds of films, man? But I decided that I'll give this film a chance. I mean, I want to give this film a chance. So yeah, I swatched it. I give it a swatch. Okay, let me just give it a quick lay down. This film basically is by a couple. Child dies quite graphically. Jumps slips out a window, and it's basically about how they try to deal with it. Willem Dafoe, good actor. I like his acting. Platoon, key scene. And yeah, he is a psychologist, and the way he deals with child's death is through his experiences as a psychologist, and he uses that to help his wife through the grief of this sad happening. Um, so yeah, so that's basically the plot of the film, and the film is basically cut in two parts. There's a prologue, three chapters, and the epilogue. I think from the prologue, I think that's one of the scenes that stand out. It's shot in black and white, slow motion, and it just has a very nice feel to it. The mood to it is very dreamy, and it was very good way to really kick off the film. With the church singing in the background as well. And obviously showing the death of the child and just the way it was shot. It was so this is a good start. I look forward to the rest of the film. But then after that, I think it's where the film has its major problem. The film is centered around these two cats, aka the couple. And if your film centers around two people, the dialogue has to be good. It has to be interesting. The story has to be strong. And the dialogue wasn't very great. Was not that great. It was two dimensional. It was too basic. It wasn't really going anywhere. It wasn't adventurous. So therefore, um, it felt like, okay, yes, all right, they're grieving, yeah, blah 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 blah. Next topic, please. So I think that was the real problem with it. Obviously Von Trier wrote and directed it, but on the writing part, it really wasn't that great. And I think that was what really hurt this film big time. Um, but yeah, I think obviously this film is known for its graphic scenes, and it reminded me of Exorcist. The thing with if you want to shock people and have these graphic scenes and make people say, "Oh my gosh, man," it has to be justified. In Exorcist, it was justified. Exorcist had a theme that was consistent. The story was consistent. The theme that it had, it kept hammering it home. And those scenes in The Exorcist that were really the shocking scenes, it was justified because that was what it was talking about. The dialogue was tight, the story was tight, the directing was tight, everything was tight. So you said, okay, yeah, she's turning her head around, she's levitating. Okay, yes, this is effed up. This is effed up. Okay, But then with this film, it's like, for instance, I mean, those who have seen the film, the scene with the scissors, I was like, what the hell, man? I was like, what the hell? I mean, it may traumatize me for life. I may not be able to sleep. I'm still thinking about it. I mean, it was sick. It was just sick. And there's some other things in the film where I was like, I was basically laughing. I was like, what the hell is this? I mean, what the hell is it? But yeah, man. I mean, well, look, I mean, so that's just what I just say about these graphic scenes, man. I mean, Exorcist, it was justified based on the story. In this, it didn't feel like if it was justified because the story was like, I mean, okay, it's like, okay, there's some satanic elements in here, some stuff about three beggars, but it was so loose and so ambiguous. At the end of the day, I was like, okay, what the hell was the story, really? I mean, coming from away from the film, I was like, it was just too ambiguous, man, and shocking for shock's sake, So I was like, come on, dog, I mean, come on, man, I mean, come on. So yeah, man. I mean, that's that one there. I mean, as a whole, looking at the film, I mean, there was some. I mean, the elements he was bringing in were interesting. There were bits where it got interesting when Willem Dafoe was learning about, what his wife was doing or what she may be, and obviously that got interesting and everything. But as a whole, it was like, going into that really really annoying artsy fartsy territory that I don't like. Make a film, characters, dialogue, story, make me interested. Don't be an egoist. Um, so yeah, I mean, but as a whole, I'll give Von Trier kudos, man, because it's not a remake. It's not a bloody Predator remake. It's not a bloody A-Team remake. It's fresh, and I can discuss about it and I can comment on it. There's some interesting themes he brought in there, but the film as a whole, it just really didn't work because it's just shocking people for shock's sake. But there's some beautiful shots in this film. Some shots in the woods were some really really good shots. The prologue I thought, was a really fantastic opening. But at the end of the day, the film just fell short, hammering whatever point it was trying to make. So yeah, that's my 5 cents on the matter, basically. Double H Barapiro.